Zimbabwe journalist Blessed Mhlanga was arrested on February 24, 2025 on charges of transmitting data messages inciting violence. The allegations stem from his previous interviews with former ZANU-PF Central Committee member Blessed Sugeza, conducted on 27 January and 11 February. So in these interviews, Geza criticized President Emerson Mnangagwa, accusing him of nepotism, corruption, and failing to address economic issues, and called for his resignation.
The leadership crisis in our country has been laid bare. Things have deteriorated economically, morally, and legally. And we therefore believe it will be unjust, unfair, and irresponsible on our part to remain silent. We replaced Mugabe with a monster, a Korokoza. It is us who gave you Mnangagwa. We put you in state house with the hope that he will reset our country on a path of recovery, respect the constitution, and give our people hope. As soon as he had the taste of power, he escalated corruption, forgot the people, and remembered only his family.
Authorities claim that Blessed Mhlanga violated Section 164 of the Criminal Law Codification and Reform Act by broadcasting these interviews, which they allege contained messages inciting violence. So if Mhlanga is convicted, he could face up to 5 years in prison or a fine up to $700 under the 2021 Cyber and Data Protection Act. Does the arrest genuinely reflect the violation of law, or the law is being used to silence Dara for broadcasting these messages that are being alleged to have been broadcasted? We all know that the 3 interviews that Blessed Mhlanga had with the war veterans, only one interview that he was also posing questions. Blessed Mhlanga is an employee of HSTV. So why would he be arrested on behalf of his company? Because HSTV is actually a company owned by Trevor Ngube, and Blessed is just a journalist who was doing his job. Just a couple of months ago, we have seen the escalation of the factional fights within ZANU-PF, where supporters aligned to the president, Emerson Mnangagwa, they have publicly announced that they want to push him to continue to 2030, whereas there is another group within ZANU-PF that is aligned to Vice President Constantino Chiwenga, who are also pushing for his presidency.
After 2028 kusvika 2030 ichi chisungo chatakapanana kubva kudistrict, ichi chisungo chatapanana kuprovince, kucentral committee nekuconference. There is nothing unconstitutional about amending a constitution.
Munhu wega wega arikuona mabasa akanaka arikuona haMnangagwa, ngaanamatire utano hwaMnangagwa. Ndobva vati saka naizvozvo mambo Jesu takukukumbirai kuti kusvika mugore ra2030 ipai vaMnangagwa utano vekuti vange varipo nesuwo tinge tiripo tichipupura basa rakanaka rikuona president. Ndo zvakatangwa nemayouth.
Chimbakera mudenga pamberi penakomredi Mnangagwa, pamberi penekudzidza 2030 woye, 2030 woye, vaMnangagwa vanenge vachitonga pasi nemutinya sando
uyu mazuva ake ndawedzera.
So back to the Blessing Mhlanga story. I believe that the reason why Blessed was arrested has to do with the last interview that he did with Jela Simawarire. The interview was a great expose of President Mnangagwa's intentions to hijack People's Own Savings Bank, POSB, by instructing the POSB board of directors to accept the investment from a company called HIG, Hebrew Investment Group. So in that interview, Jelas Mwawarire brought a document that was alleged to have signed by President Emerson Mnangagwa, instructing the Attorney General Babiza to write to the board of POSB, instructing them to put on board the new investor. So Mawarire was actually saying that it's unlawful, it's a criminal, and it's corruption. So
this is the directive from the president's office instructing the Attorney General's office to instruct a financial institution to say, take this investor. And if you research on the investor, this is a bogus, a Ponzi scheme, which has no history of any financial activity that you can find out. In fact, if you Google some of the directors, the CEO, one called ML Ku, you find out that this is just a bogus individual in the United States.
It's something that the president never wanted to see the light of the day, but unfortunately, somebody leaked the documents, and it was shown to the public that President Emerson Mnangagwa is at the center of corruption in Zimbabwe. And I think the arrest of Blessed and the continual detention, denial of bail is something that we know is done to people who are, of dissenting voices. We have seen Job Scala was detained and he later be released. Jacob Ngarivume was also arrested and later released. It's a choreographed script that we know that if you criticize the government or you happen to expose the government, the ZANU-PF will always use the courts to incarcerate those who with dissent voices. And it's very unfortunate that our president is at the center of corruption, and he has been protecting criminals that we all know that these people are criminal. For example, we have Henriette Schreier, who was arrested at the airport with like 6 kgs of gold, and the story was just swept under the carpet. We also know of Priska Mupfumira. She was at the center of the 90 million NASA money that disappeared, and she just, the case was just swept away. She was declared that she was physically or health-wise unfit to stand for trial. But later, we also see that she campaigned to become a senator, and she's a senator as I'm speaking to you right now. It's very sad that President Emerson Mnangagwa is protecting criminals, and he has allowed the status to be a corridor for thieves to come and dine and wine. Yet, the country is going into disaster, the economic crisis, the economy is going down, companies are closing, and he seems not to be paying heed to anything, but he continues to perpetuate these dubious deals of so-called investors. So I think Blessed Mhlanga is being penalized for allowing that interview to be aired, for exposing that POSB deal. It was something that was never meant to be public. But as I'm speaking to you right now, the deal is being pushed by the Attorney General, putting this new investor to take over POSB. It's something that's so sad that in the midst of this economic crisis, we have the president himself, at the center of corruption, nepotism, and gross mismanagement of national resources. Zimbabwe is one of the countries with natural resources, but we do not have anything tangible to show for it. Unemployment, and that's why now we are having this issue of Guka, Dombo, and stuff like that. Our kids are now resorting to taking Dombo because they do not have anything to do. There are no jobs. If you want to start vending, the municipal police will come and take away your wares and go on to distribute the wares to themselves. So I think Blessed does not deserve to be arrested. He's just a journalist. The reason for journalism is for them to bring news to the audience. It's up to us, the audience, to to decide what we want to do with the information. It's not up to the government to silence dissenting voice. We know that when Mnangagwa was fired in 2017, they used the independent media to communicate with the people of Zimbabwe. But now the people who are within ZANU-PF who are also disgruntled, they are using independent media to air their grievances. Why are they being penalized? And what makes me sad is Blessed Geza has not been arrested. He's the one who was inciting violence. Jelas Mawarira is the one who brought the evidence. He has not been arrested. Why are they targeting the poor journalists? So I think it's very irresponsible of President Mnangagwa's government to target journalists, and I think they are doing it deliberate to discourage other journalists from going after such kind of stories of exposing, criminal activities that are being done by government officials. And in this case, it goes to the highest office of the country, which is of President Emerson Mnangagwa. I don't want to make this video long, and tell me what you think in the comment section. And as always, if you enjoy this type of content, please just leave a like and subscribe. Until we meet again, God bless you.